What's up, beautiful people? It's your girl, Leanne. I'm getting blissed out here with my homie. You gotta know me. Chiranjivee CJ.
Yeah.
So that other name comes in. They're all beautiful. Audience, we're talking about something significant here. We just finished an 8-week program where Chiranjivee was recommended from Meetup Group,
Yeah, the one for the Gibson's
Osho's,
register. Yeah, which is
Osho's Meditation in Gibson's. So thank you to Rubai if you're watching this. Dandavat pranams. Blessings. We have transformation. We have a story to talk about. We got another moment with getting blissed out, the eternal connection. What's the reminder about blissed out? So, blissed out is all about your bliss, getting out there, being you with totality. Totality is the teaching that we utilize in transforming ourselves from a sad occasion into a happy occasion. And what does that mean? Utilizing methodologies to know the mind, observe the mind, to be one with the whole body, and explore your nadis. That's in yoga. So this 8-week course that we've got going on, this is another beautiful certificate of 8 days accomplishments. I just want to highlight the beauty that I've learned about this soul on the journey and his dedication to himself, self-love, getting out there, being him. That's his bliss. Bliss, getting out there, being himself. And how much rapid transformations happened with this course and his feelings about it to share with you so that you can come and support this course because it's a divine blessing for many people to have a chance to tap in, get turned on, and tuned in to who am I? The soul culture, shedding into soul culture, and having an opportunity to observe the mind. So let's talk a bit about how you came to this and then your first day and your first class.
okay. Yeah, so I was really excited for the day one because it was a long time after which I had to wake up in the morning at 6 and run for my class. That was a good experience. But yeah, I think day one, Leanne, you gave me a very good introduction on yoga and meditation and how they connect with each other and why it's important for us to take care of our body using yogic practices and as this do the same thing with our mind as well using meditation. So I think I had a very good introduction because I had so much clarity after going through day one, like why are we doing what we are doing? It kind of made a very logical sense and in like a staircase approach where you are taking the beginner step by step into this, realm of meditation and yoga and the journey. So I think day one was very exciting for me because I got to learn a lot from you in the initial session. And then when we did the dynamic meditation the first day, it felt like I was feeling very open after doing that meditation.
Mm. So you weren't,
Yeah,
were you not open before you were coming?
I was not. I think I was feeling really blocked, expressing what I'm feeling, or even while talking to people. Like I was always having this mental blockages where I felt that I cannot laugh freely, or I cannot express freely, or just meet with people, connect with people freely. Now, after going through this 8-week course, especially after the first day when we did the dynamic meditation, after we did the catharsis step, think that relieved a lot of stress and tension, and it helped me through this process a lot.
Mm. So just a reminder, audience, as you hear us talking about this course has 8 weeks with yoga therapy where we work through chakras, alignments, warm-ups, seed sound, bija mantras, color therapy, body anatomy, some things about the inner world, the inner kingdom, and what that means to the world of yoga with the 8 limbs. And then we move into balancing that first hour to the second hour with a dynamic method from Master Osho. So these two lineages were very symbolic in my journey of how I kept myself sane through raising 2 kids last 23 years. And then having this divine awakening at age 19 And what did I get from that with other people that are learning on this journey about meditation? It's the greatest medication for all suffering.
Mm.
And so CJ was looking for some answers. And obviously, the first week you had the chance to even feel welcome, process information, and then an experience which led to how long did you do your dynamic? Because I mean, friends, this student is very dedicated. Let's hear more about what he has to say.
Yeah, I think I did dynamic for like 45 days straight without any breaks. Every hour, every day for 1 hour in the morning, usually from 6 to 9 o'clock.
Mm,
And every day I did it, I just felt more and more free,
mm,
because I think it's also very important for like people in the day-to-day lives, which we are living from the last 50 years, where we have so much technology around us that we are so busy, doing nothing. And
mm,
then doing dynamic and doing the step two of dynamic, which is catharsis, which is releasing all your emotions, happiness, sadness, anger, grief. I think it helps a lot, because all of us, we have so much repressed feelings, emotions, and I think that's what causes anxiety, depression, and like traumas and things like that. So when you
mm,
let go of those suppressed feelings and emotions, I think that does magic. And
mm,
the reason I kept doing it, because I just wanted to be more and more free, and that
mm,
was my motivation for doing it every day for almost a month and a
mm.
half.
Now you have some background a little bit. You understand a little bit about yoga and Osho prior to this. So, how did this set into what you already knew, and how that
Mm.
amplify what you knew?
Yeah. So I was doing a lot of like reading a lot of Upanishads and like the Indian texts about the which are basically the non-dual texts, which try to explain the nature of consciousness. And
Mm,
then I think one of the major shift in my thought process was doing meditations and yoga, because I see them as like you can read all these things about consciousness, who am I, and all that, but it's only on the physical plane. You don't experience anything. You just read it, just like you read any other book, and then you are done. But I think when you are doing meditation and yoga, that is the point where you actually get to experience what you have read, and it's not coming from outside, but now at the same time it's coming from within.
mm,
And the way I see yoga is that yoga is like preparing your body to handle those highly meditative states of consciousness, where you prepare yourself, your body, to be able to handle those meditative states.
mm,
And once you have a physically fit body and mentally fit mind, and that's when you are also doing this meditation practice, something just works out of the box,
mm,
and you are there
mm,
suddenly. You realize you're there. So I
mm. And
think that,
integration process, do you think that's integration?
yeah, definitely. I think that's how everybody should approach it, because uh, this is a very subtle topic, because it's very hard to explain to people if they don't have a process.
Mm,
So I think in this 8-week course as well, it was a very structured process where we were going through all the main chakras and doing the yogic positions for all of them, and then doing a meditation for a specific chakra.
mm,
That's a very structured process,
mm,
and which allows beginners and new individuals who want to experience this, but they don't know where to start. So this
mm,
is a very good place for them to take it off.
mm. Yeah, for me, the main reason why I designed it this way from years of doing yoga and train with many different varieties, whether it's Western or Eastern philosophies, relating to how much variety we have in this Hatha Ashtanga, Kripalu, or Patanjali. The foundation we know goes back to Shiva as the Adi Yogi, but there's so much that's been done with what is the standard rule for this yoga, with 84 asanas, and then breaking it all down into chakras, and having an ability to separate your body. Because if you don't know when you're grounding your body about how to lock your breath, how to hold your body, how to connect to your chakra. I think the chakras were my greatest gateway of my whole life teaching of what is the meaning of enlightenment, what is the
Mm.
meaning of energy rising, and what is the meaning of energy rooting, was energy, the whole system, the whole empty bamboo. So this was in mixing that with Osho's work, it's quite the miraculous thing, because Master Osho was also there for me through a time where I didn't know my mind, the first time I saw my mind. So giving people these jewels is not only a truth of my life, but it's not borrowed. I physically experienced an opportunity to observe my inner soul, looking at my mind, 2011. It was blown away that these techniques need to be shared. But then I saw how it was being taught in the West, how it's being taught in the East, some things that were missing, educating myself through, yoga certifications, how to do it in a safe way, how to hold space for people. So a variety of people in the room have an opportunity to grow and learn where they are. And so I think this system is really, it's working. Where I'm up to 20 students right now at 8 weeks at a time, and it's just evolving. And the same thing happens because the chakra system is already proving to make a huge transformation with the dynamic work too. Because I find what's happening with the dynamic work, what it did for me, it made my yoga deeper,
Mm.
right? And it allowed me to transcend my mind faster. So I thank the masters. Now, moving forward, while we're sharing highlights, then we moved into your sacral energy with Nada Brahm humming.
Yeah.
What was your feelings about humming and your experience about it?
I think it's a very good meditation for the second chakra, which is around our navel center. And when we are doing the humming, it pushes a lot of stress on that center. And I think that's what it's all about. It's just, like disturbing the energy in that center and then trying to sit and observe that for a while. I think that's also a very good meditation.
Mm.
It was a very silent kind of experience whenever I do Nath Brahma.
Mm. Like just dissolving in the like om. But even though om and the humming, it always moves up to the higher chakras. The centering of this, why I chose it for the second week, was because of the belly breathing, which we learned also every week a new breath technique, right?
Mm.
So expanding your breath, expanding your asanas, expanding your warm up. By the end, we merge that rainbow bridge. So we have that opportunity. Like in 8 weeks, people really learn the value of yoga on such a deeper level.
Yeah.
But then they get an internal journey and awakening with these dynamic aspects of Master Osho. That's why it's a shedding concept, because it's not just a yoga class. We're going 2 hours, sometimes 2.5 hours into a full body embodiment
Yeah.
experience.
Yeah.
Then moving forward to our chakra breathing, and that was our sacral center. Seed sounds too, remember, lam bum. So we move into our powerhouse, our manipura,
Yeah.
and that was chakra breathing too. So even the asanas, like when you hold your body, you hold plank longer. How did your body feel getting back into your body, right?
Yeah. I think it does a lot of stress on that, especially the chakra breathing meditation. That on that day, I actually experienced the a different kind of a life force flowing through my body, and I was able to like feel my body from inside. It felt like a white light going through my legs and coming in the upward direction, and going through my spine, and then slowly getting into the crown of my head.
Mm,
And that was also a very unique experience for me because I have never had those experiences while doing meditations all by myself. So it was
mm.
like every week I was discovering and uncovering something new.
And especially learning about your nadis, 72,000 aspects of energy flowing through these three main channels. When we were doing that whole chakra breathing, then you're like, wow, I got all these flow centers moving into my body, moving through my body, my kosha body, and my
Yeah.
vayus, how the breath works in the body. These things are not taught in a yoga class, and this is what separates it. Is like I feel like that's what's missing. You know,
Mm.
even though for years you'll do yoga and you will change. Like I was doing total yoga in 1993, 1994, all those years. By 1999, I had a first samadhi experience, full samadhi, divine awakening, right? So with all this knowledge, imagine if I had the knowledge then, right? And even some of the knowledge that gives that life-changing thing. But end of the day, the 8 limbs, they prove itself. Once you start to do the yoga, whether you're in a regular hatha yoga class, you're in a Bikram class, whatever it may be, it's just the alignment of the chakras. Now, discovering the knowledge, I'm just trying to save people that disconnection.
Mm.
Because it was really important for me to connect the knowledge, to have an aha moment. Aha, oh, yeah, I experienced all of this. It's like you open up a book of Osho too. It's like, wow, you know everything that I'm thinking right now. You know, like that's the reality. And then we moved into dance and the heart chakra. So we had, bija sounds, beautiful breaths, the breath technique in the Bastrikam breath, opening up and expanding, and then all that chakra breathing. Then we moved into the next week with Nataraj and heart chakra and, making the body like a full wheel, expanding the body in places that you probably never did. What
Mm.
did you go through there?
I think this is another one of the active meditations for the Nataraj one, where you actually have to do the dancing and become the dance for like 30 minutes or so. And I was like mostly trying to watch the dancing and not, focus on dancing too much and just be a watcher while I was dancing. And I think mostly I felt very tired after the 30 minutes of dancing. So the silence part in this meditation was very relaxing because I was just able to relax and just let go for that whole section.
About 20 minutes of relaxation. So that
Yeah.
intensity of that full dance becoming dancing, just
Mm.
like no, and it's egoless. We don't
Yeah.
bring the ego in there because when we dance, a lot of the time, we're like, look at me, I got the good moves, I'm great. And then we're in our minds. So that's another wonderful challenge of like getting into the no mind state with dance and like music just sounds even better. And then the full let go is like a deep let go,
Mm.
a deep cleansing, and then opening your heart. Because I was thinking, what would be great with opening your heart? Dance to soul, open your body, free your
Yeah.
mind, free your body, free your soul. And then the following week, we went into our throat chakra. So with our throat chakra, we had another dance, and then
Yeah.
we had asanas, which like brought like when we brought our legs behind,
Mm.
in the plow positions or shoulder stands, and we put all that weight here on our neck and on our throat. We've seen the value of blood flow. We've seen the
Yeah.
value of seed sounds, lam vam ram yam hum here. Opening up the throat with ujjayi. Wow, I can breathe into my throat chakra, right? Tell me about that.
Mm.
What did you feel about ujjayi?
Think, yeah, it was like a very good technique because I was not aware that you could use your breathing techniques to feel like so many different things and play with it. Like before that, I was just a normal guy who just does regular breathing for a living. But right now, after doing these classes, I was like, okay, this is not just very simple thing which we treat. It's like very important when it comes to yoga and meditation because the way you breathe can change the state of your mind. I
Mm,
think that's one of the experience I learned from these techniques, all the breathing techniques you taught.
yes, breathing techniques are so essential because even when you're doing Osho's work too, you
Yeah.
know how to move breath properly in your
Mm.
body, that you have this sense of connection with silence, stillness, that Shushmana Nadi, Pingala and Ida are moving through. You're aware, like what level you can push, and then you get connected to all these dynamic methods which actually push you. So then you learn how to break through. So that
Yeah.
heart was all about breakthrough, throat, breakthrough here, breakthrough. Then we went into Tradik, third eye gazing, looking at the
Yes.
candle.
Yeah, that was also a very good experience because I had never done Tratak before that. I only heard about it like in some like videos, like random YouTube shorts and something like that. I never got a chance to do it with a candle. I think that was very uh, insightful because I didn't know that I will be able to concentrate on that candle without blinking for so long.
Mm,
So that was something nice because I got to learn about myself that it's not that hard to concentrate. You just have to believe in yourself. And
mm,
that's how I see Tratak as. It's like
mm,
the partial gazing meditation. That's how it helps me. So whenever, even now these days, if I want to focus on something, I would like to start with Tratak first, like do a 2 minute, 3 minute Tratak, and then, start doing the work so that I can build up that focus and concentration to dive deep into that work. That's how I've been using the Tratak you taught.
aw, it's great news. Yeah, these techniques is yoga, man. It's ancient. It's nothing is owned in this life, right? We just have an opportunity to learn it and share it. And I just feel like these are the methods that kept me sane while doctors try to feed you drugs from stress or from life experiences that are hard. So I feel like anybody who needs great methods, we create energy
Mm.
fields. We create
Yeah.
change in the world. We want less wars. We got to be the change we want to see, right? So that's
Mm.
why I love the chakra body. We work with the chakras. How about if everybody worked on their chakras and they did more awareness deep inside, they look within themselves, they had less reactions and more responding,
Yeah.
right? Everybody needs this. Then moving up to the crown chakra, we had Mahamudra.
Hmm.
So that just like that, allowing the body to take you. That was so beautiful. That's actually, I've
Yeah.
done Mahamudra hundreds of times, but that time I think with the students, it was so nice. And I think the most beautiful thing about teaching is being with people in a room setting, sharing these experiences. It's quite the profound experience
Yeah.
to share
Yeah.
that, you know. And then headstands. How was your headstand?
Oh, yeah. I did my headstand like after a very long time, I think, after 15 years or 16 years, because I used to do that as a kid. And then I just forgot that part of me. And then when you made me do that again, I was like, okay, I can do this again.
But see the
It's like,
energy. So when we talk about chakras, like whenever I know like there's an emotional imbalance or something, I know because when I go to do my headstands, there's something off. So
yeah.
that part of our higher self, when we're
Mhm.
off and there's something that's not right, that
Yeah.
starts to talk. The way I moved through it was a headstand. And that's why I give that to people. I'm like, use these methods. These methods really show you, no, 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 no. There's something not working out here. Like, and then when you do it, you get so strong. It's like you relieve all things by doing these beautiful methods.
Yeah.
And then we had the Om, right? So we had an Om and a third eye experience when we after we looked at the candle. You remember looking through, you know, and seeing that light. So the beauty of that was like connecting to something up, inward, deeper, the pineal gland. Wow, that
Yeah.
bliss, that energy.
Yeah, you're right.
Profound.
Whenever I'm doing the own breathing technique, and I feel a lot like I'm able to observe that the attention of your breath is rising from the root of your body, and it's traveling in an upward direction and going towards your third eye. And that's what completes the one cycle of Om.
Mm,
And I think that also, like, it's very powerful technique, and doing that regularly, like every day, like it calms down your mind so much and gives you a lot of positive energy to focus on whatever you want to like achieve. So I have
mm,
been doing the Om technique as well for the last 1 month every day now. So
mm.
I have also like good experience with that technique as well.
Lots of awakening. I see that, and I'm so proud of you. And I'm so grateful, like that I can share these methods that changed my life, that have had an impact on your life, right? And the crown chakra, when we did Mahamudra, is like those are where everything slows down, and like you see movement, not like you would do when you go to the gym. You just
Yeah,
see
I think
nature within you move
Mahamudra.
you.
Yeah. So Mahamudra was another great technique because it was the first technique where I lost the sense of time when I was in the second phase of Mahamudra meditation, because I was lying on the floor and I was not aware of where am I right now. Like I
Mm,
was not aware that I'm in the meditation hall or the dance studio we have where we are doing the practice. And I was
mm,
not aware of what time is it and how much time it has been. And I was just floating around in some time and space, not
mm,
aware of things. So it was a very unique experience.
so beautiful. And then moving up to the eighth week with the golden light meditation. So there we were merging the earth and the sky, the father of gold and the mother earth. And then in that we also had a merging of all the asanas and all the sounds and all things coming together to say, oh, wow, now I can teach myself how to do a full yoga class just by the chakras, like, and how much impact that can have on separating the body with the chakras and like learning how to do it well and how to feel the body well.
Yes. So the golden star meditation was again very powerful technique. I was not expecting that something like this even exist because I think I also tried this with sunlight and darkness. I told you that as
Yeah, yeah,
well,
yeah.
right?
So you started connecting now more that you're doing that awareness of breathing in gold and then breathing out, as we inhale gold in through the toes, we exhale and all the darkness of the night comes through. So this merge of light and darkness, this merge of yin and yang, Shiva and Shakti.
Yeah.
And then you took it
So
out into the reality. You're out absorbing the sun. So it's like you're taking
again,
in that power.
and one of the very powerful insight I derived from this meditation was that um, when you're absorbing the sun and when the golden light is being absorbed by your body, uh, and you are observing that, and then when you close your eyes and you try to blindfold yourself with your hands and you experience the darkness. So one insight which came to my mind when I was experiencing the golden light and darkness both, that I'm neither of those two. I'm the one who is experiencing both of them. So I'm the one who is experiencing both light and darkness, but I
Mm,
don't identify with either light or darkness. So that
mm,
was a big insight for me there.
so good. So any suggestions about people that would need this course based on, your stress levels, your confusion? Talk about that a little bit more because the reality of what happens, give yourself a scale from like entering the course and then coming out of it, where you are emotionally now, where you are with your confidence, what has changed?
Yeah, so about that, like I feel really, really confident after going through this course because uh, now I feel like I previously I had a lot of ADHD related problems and a lot of anxiety related disorders. But after going through all these meditation techniques and practicing what you have taught for almost 2 months, I feel that my anxiety has completely gone away and I am really focused and I am able to, like break my goals into very small steps and, work on them and not be worried about, negative things overall. So overall, I free a lot more um, freer from my mind because now small things don't bother me at all. And I also feel physically fit. I'm always active and always on the run.
So tell me about this too. You're back in the gym?
Yes, I am back in the gym. I'm running every day now, and I'm taking care of my physical health, mental health, the way I dress, some fashion as well.
Oh,
And yes, I'm just a new personality now.
oh, it's wonderful. Well, I want to thank you for showing up today, CJ, and Swami Prem Bhairav. So we also took some initiations with some names. We had some beautiful moments together. I
Yeah,
look forward to working with you too, friends. There'll be some beautiful things happening here. Not only have I been able to teach this beautiful soul, but we have great joint ventures coming more for the community. And I just want to make sure that people know, like, this is the real thing. It's the work. When you put the work in, the benefits of what you do for yourself and the aloneness path is not lonely.
yeah.
There's a great, great collide of what's happening inside that we get to discover and feel that security. So, blessings from the masters. Thank you so much. So, to the universe for all
Thank
the
you.
gifts in my life, being able to share it and to be with you here now, and many more blessings to the people to come, and you as my web designer now helping more people to reach this. So,
Yeah,
more to come soon about that in another podcast about the amazing talents of this beautiful soul. Thank you so much for coming in my life and for blessing yourself and doing the work. You did the
thank,
work. I just had the opportunity to share some of my life journey.
yeah. No, thank you so much for taking me on this wonderful journey. I am so grateful to you.
All right, friends. Well, more to come soon. Up list out. This is Shedding into Soul Culture podcast 31, and we'll see you soon. Namaste.